I was talking to Brooks.
What?
Are we recording?
No.
Reminder. All right, shut up. Reminder. Bring notepad to Zach's house. All
Zach,
right.
what
Yeah.
are you writing on right now?
The ad read.
Do you want a piece of... I have
No.
I have loose leaf paper, like, in this bag right here next to this.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Next to this table.
Just say yes.
I'm already almost done writing it.
At least before you leave, take like 2 or 3 pieces of paper out and just like leave them here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I ran out of space. I need paper. I'm kidding.
Don't play with me like that. Don't play with my heart.
I couldn't if I tried.
Because it's not there.
That's not the song lyrics, Brooks.
What? Oh, is that a song?
Don't go breaking my heart.
Are we doing a song?
I couldn't if I tried.
Well, this is embarrassing. And we're back.
Did you have to look through your glasses?
Because I needed to watch the time code and everything, and I already had like my headphones on.
Okay.
I can't. I can just barely see any facial expressions you make. So you could. I see that one. I'm just saying, if you want to go more subtle with that today, then like you can sneak. You can no doubt sneak some stuff by me.
I can see them.
I'm glad Liam can see him. That's my stop smoking.
Oh
face.
my God.
So, welcome to Friends by Default.
Well, we're all friends here, even if one of us pesters the other to stop smoking.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have
See,
you done
we're
that
still
one
friends.
before?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have either.
Okay, just making sure. This podcast that you are listening to is going to be. I chose the wrong words when I started that sentence, and it fucked me later.
Go ahead. No.
So this is a podcast where we create, the friendliest possible environment here in order to discuss the real questions, the big philosophical stuff that people have pondered over for literal centuries. But along with that, we also have our own what ifs and hypothetical scenarios that deserve some thought and discussion.
I just realized that one tile up there can actually be moved to cover that gross ass hole in the wall. To your right, Liam, and up top, it's in the ceiling. Do you see what I'm talking about?
So, just some background for the listeners.
whatever.
We have now officially relocated the 100 Years recording studio to
my basement.
to Zach's basement. Because Zach, you and a few of our other friends just moved in together in a little townhouse,
Yeah,
and now
we've migrated. First Brooks's basement, then Liam's basement. And now it's my basement.
maybe one day we'll have a non-basement, but that's not likely.
No.
Speaking of that, my name is Brooks Vernon. I am the co-creator and co-host of this here show that you're listening to, and across from me, I'm joined by. No, it's you.
Oh, it's me.
There's no one behind you. It's you.
I hope there's nobody behind me, but I didn't check the laundry room beforehand. So.
I mean, if there was, I wouldn't be able to see them because I'm not wearing my glasses.
And I wouldn't warn you.
I believe it.
So across from me is my good friend Zach Teal, co-creator and co-host. Why don't you introduce yourself?
How dare you call me friend? You know what you've done to me.
Why you gotta be like this?
You know that if you litter your whole burrito with sriracha and leave none for me, you think you can call me friend?
Hey, we're all friends here. You and Brooks, me and Brooks.
Yeah, remember that opening to the previous episode, Zach?
Yeah, I remember. That's a callback, Liam. How we come up with new material?
Anyway, just fucking. But I guess by friendliest possible environment, we mean like just instant knives to throats, like just all over the place. Anyway, Liam Wallace.
Yeah, I'm Liam Wallace. I am your co-host, co-creator, and sound engineer.
And
that's it.
and
And our frequent guest host, Josh Yaskovich, will not be joining us today.
It's because he doesn't trust where I live.
What?
You know where I live? He doesn't trust it.
Why? It's a very white suburban area. Is he scared?
Yeah, he doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
I
get
mean, let's be honest. It's a scary place. I've seen Get Out.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Every time I go to sleep, I look out the window and go, okay, I'm safe.
So, anyway, let me pull up a starter question to just get the
podcast rolling.
I got a question.
Oh, you
though.
got one, Lee?
I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
While Brooks is looking at questions, I'm going to bring what makes a house a home?
That's actually a really good like opener to get us sort of in the right mindset, because like we are in a new kind of home.
That is a good question, because like when me and the other guys got this house, like, oh, we got to christen it by pooping in every bathroom, and I'm like,
I'm
Well,
aware.
that's part of it. That's part of making the house a home.
okay.
Have you pooped in every bathroom?
I have not pooped more than once. This whole
I
week.
thought I could have bet so much money that you were going to stop the sentence there.
I almost did, but then I realized, oh right, 4 days ago I pooped.
That's unhealthy.
Have you been participating in like a new like all steak and bourbon diet, and thus you've lost the ability to shit?
I just burned so much energy, I just don't have to have it come out.
Like,
That's not what shit is.
But if Kim Jong-un can do it, I can do it.
hey. Well, first off, we're gonna have to roll back to that. But second off, look, I am no bodyologist, but I'm pretty sure.
Almost certain that ain't the word.
I don't think anyone is.
I mean,
Okay,
Doctor?
Google.
no,
Biologist?
what I'm trying to
I
say.
think biology. No, you have human biology,
Yeah. Physician.
anatomy.
An anatomist?
I'm not an anatomician, but I do believe.
Autoatomic?
Just let me finish a sentence, please. So I don't have to like cut out stuff to like give it one flowing joke later.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I was waiting for the thing of when I start talking. Okay. So poop is, I'm pretty sure, like what's left over after you've extracted the energy from the food. So the fact that you are so starved of energy that your body just like settles on the leftover trash to just consume into itself. That is very. What have you been doing over the past like
Working, cleaning the house, working, going out grocery shopping, cleaning the house, washing some crusty beefaroni out of the sink because somebody doesn't know how to put the fucking pots away in the dishwasher. I'm not a maid, but I'm feeling like one. And then going back to work.
So, first thing, one, I noticed that left out of that list of activities was sleep.
Oh yeah, I guess I have.
Do you poop in your sleep? Is that what we're getting at?
No.
Do the poop fairies hide it?
No, I just
kind of squish it under the mattress.
Oh no.
I get like some bad sleep because like I'm in that process of like trying to fall asleep, and I go to sleep for a few hours, and then I wake up and I go, this isn't my house. Oh wait, it is my house. Okay, I guess I'll go back to sleep. But I don't view this as my home yet. It's strange.
Right. So what would need to happen in order for you to view this house as a home?
First off, poop in every bathroom.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's not gonna be home.
It's gonna take me months to do that.
Then you're gonna wait. Then you're gonna wait months for this place to be fucking comfortable.
All right. I guess I'll poop in the other bathroom when that happens.
And I'm including Bradley's. You gotta poop.
I am not pooping in Spivey's bathroom.
You got to. You gotta poop. In
I don't want to
bathroom.
do that to him.
Okay, so our friend Bradley, who's one of your roommates in this house, he has
Spivey.
he has his own little bathroom in his room that Liam is suggesting Zach just take a big old dump in.
Because Spivey has the master bedroom. Because he's like, yeah, I want that bathroom. All right, fine. And Liam just wants me to drop one of my nasty boy juices in there.
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to do that.
Look, Zach. I think like what you need to do is like you don't need to poop in every bathroom. You just need to poop in a bathroom on each floor. So you do what I did. Like I pooped in the upstairs bathroom of my house, then I poop in the powder room, and then I poop in the trash can in the basement. And then it really feels like homey, you know?
Well, excluding the poop, is there something? Because for me, I was viewing this as the building I was sleeping in, and not even my house. Because it's building, house, and home. It's not at home yet. It's my house. And I only feel like it's my house because we just recently got Wi-Fi enabled in here, and now I feel so
now
home.
you've returned to your natural environment, or as close as like you can be.
I just need that TV here, and then I can watch anime on it, and then I might actually be at home.
See, for Zach, the home is where the anime is watched. So wherever you like spend all your time watching anime, that becomes your home. Because, like, I don't think, like, I think the pooping in every bathroom thing is a little short-sighted because I've pooped in every bathroom in my grandparents' house. That doesn't mean, like, you know, I feel at home there.
No, but you're indebted to the house. Like, you will own the house once they pass. That's how it works, right?
No, actually.
Like, the feces clause
that's
of the
decided, will. That's decided more on quantity rather than displacement. And in terms of quantity, my aunt and uncle who already live there are the ones who
are filling that septic. That septic is suffering.
This is so gross.
Yes, we decided to alienate everybody by starting on the grossest possible
We just
topic.
went blue as quickly as possible.
What's blue?
Just gross. It's an improv term for when you go really sexual or just really gross.
Is that why it's called the Blue Collar Comedy Tour?
No, that's called the
No,
Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Blue collar is more of an economics thing.
Oh.
There's blue collar and white collar when it comes to economics.
What about red collar?
There is no red collar.
Why not?
Because there's not.
But why?
Because there isn't.
You guys would make awful parents.
I'd make a great parent.
I would make a fucking terrible dad. I was going to say fantastic, but like,
I think you could be a mom. Brooks, what's your next question? So the answer, well, I guess it varies for which person's house becomes their home.
I say also welcome mats. You need welcome mats.
We do need a welcome mat. I know Spivey is getting one with the same name as our Wi-Fi.
You've already named your house.
Yeah.
So that's a step
It's
forward.
called Boys in Town.
Boys in Town.
Yes.
BOIZ_N_TOWN.
E.
I don't know if the Wi-Fi password has the E in it.
Oh.
So.
Well, then it's the house and the Wi-Fi are two different entities.
So, okay, so let's settle this so that we can move on to the next question. I'm just gonna put my glasses on.
Yeah, I was like, Brooks, you're really like trying to hold fast to this monocle thing. Oh, what watch do you have? Because I recently bought a watch off of Amazon, and it was $350, but it was 98% off, and it was $30 when I bought it.
Well, this was $15.
Okay.
As evidenced by the fact that one of the Roman numerals is wrong.
Which Roman numeral?
It's the 4. The 4 is 4 straight lines where it should be a line and then a V.
So they did the tally system, is what you're saying.
Well,
They kind of did.
They kind of did. They started with tallies, and then they realized the tallies couldn't really fit, so they just switched to Roman numerals halfway through.
Not even halfway.
But like other than that, it does its job. It's like water resistant. It was only $15. It works. It looks nice. You know.
Now, is the 9 wrong as well?
The 9 is actually correct.
Okay, so it's just the number 4.
It's just the 4.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's neat. So I want to compare my off-brand watch to your off-brand watch once I get mine.
Oh,
well, Sunday maybe.
Yours is still in the mail?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I just ordered it yesterday. Because I went, yeah, I've got rent to pay. I've got like groceries to buy. I could get a watch.
This watch is like it's so
Needed.
But I think I'm gonna say that finding out everyone has their own personal way to figure out like, you know, what's gonna make a house a home. For Zach, it's the ability to watch anime. For me, it's the ability to shit in the trash can in the basement. And for Liam, it's
Welcome mats.
welcome mats. Exactly.
So wait, if I just throw a welcome mat out in front of a dumpster?
Oh my God, I would live there.
Are you sure about that?
It depends on how nice the welcome mat is.
Oh, okay. So is there varying degrees? Like if you get one from Five Below, it's like
It's like, I guess this is a trap house I can live in.
But if it's like an Etsy custom made welcome mat, it's
I'll feel like a rich man.
So anyway, here, I'm gonna just do a quick search on this page to see if there's a mention of like house or home. If not, I'm going to just go with the original one I was gonna pick and like not have us have like a joint theme or anything.
Okay, Google. Tell me a random question. Oh, you couldn't recognize my voice. Fuck you, Google. Hey, Google. Oh, it still doesn't work. What do you mean it's paused? Eat shit, Google.
So anyway, our philosophical question for the day is: if a child somehow survived and grew up in the wilderness without any human contact, how human would they be without the influence of society and culture?
Isn't that an actual thing that happened?
There have been feral children, yes.
Yeah, well, that's the answer. They become feral children.
So what is a feral child, Liam?
A monster to fucking society.
Don't be like that.
You know Tarzan?
That's a feral child.
Tarzan is a hero. He saved those apes.
Yeah, he did.
But he was also feral.
He
and a
rode
fucking monster.
He rode those dinosaurs so well.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, what?
It was an animated series.
Well, it was also the original books.
Oh,
He rode dinosaurs in the original
there
books?
was books?
Yeah, Tarzan's based on a series of books. Why do you think every Tarzan story is like the same story and everything? Because they just adapt the same like parts of the books.
There's more than one Tarzan story?
Yeah,
I
there's one when he finds dinosaurs.
Yeah, that was in the animated series.
Yeah, they did that because it was in the books.
Okay. So was Buzz Lightyear a book?
No.
No, Buzz Lightyear was not a book.
That was also an animated series.
Look, I know it was an animated series. That
Just because
doesn't-
it's an animated series doesn't mean it was a book.
Had to start somewhere.
Yeah, it started with
Toy Story.
It started with fucking Toy Story.
I don't know about that.
Actually, it started with the Buzz Lightyear animated movie that I owned on VHS.
Buzz Lightyear Star Command? No,
Yes.
that's the animated series.
Well, there was a movie, and then the animated series was based on the movie.
I remember that.
And there was the movie opened up with them getting the fucking.
Stop slapping the table. I can hear it.
Oh, I can hear you tapping on your
Yeah, and I
earbuds.
stopped.
He did stop, but he doesn't stop smoking. You can avoid this, Liam.
So the opening of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the movie, is when all the toys are just like, hey, there's a new Buzz Lightyear movie. We got the VHS right here, and little baby Brooks is just like, I have that VHS, and they popped it in, and the movie started, and then Buzz Lightyear's partner died, and then they were all like, oh fuck. They said that, like, you could hear them talk throughout. I think it was a misprint on my VHS where you could hear them talk and react, and they were very vulgar about everything.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yes.
dinosaur guy said, oh, fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Can we rewatch Buzz Lightyear?
and Slinky Dog just straight up called Emperor Zurg a cunt. It was like so wild. It was so crazy.
I don't believe it now.
Okay, so it was more believable, like thinking that the dinosaur said "fuck."
I was thinking of the Buzz Lightyear animated movie, not Toy Story, and I was thinking like, oh, background character or something like that. And then you said dinosaur, and then you just think, oh wait, no, you mean the T-Rex from Toy Story.
The
Well, this is
background.
stupid.
It's not. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not the fact that it's background characters. It's the fact that like they say "fuck" and everything
In a
like,
children's movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like things have gotten slipped past before.
Not really.
Yeah, huh?
Not that obvious.
What did they? Okay, so did the makers of Buzz Lightyear Star Command, when going into the, when they gave the copy of the movie to the MPAA for their screening, and they were watching it, at the part when one of the characters just turns to the camera and be like, "Oh my God, there's so much fucking space out here." when that happened, the filmmakers just do an elaborate kind of like distract them.
They
like,
slipped him $100 bill.
Well, no, I'm just expecting like they bring in a bunch of like filler voice actors, and they're like, all right, well we have 20 tracks of just people mumbling. We'll just throw them all together, and then the guy who's like been there for like 5 hours, like, I really don't care what's happening right now. I'm just gonna hit play, and you hear like, and then he's like, did I hear fuck? Probably not. I'll finalize this.
Fuck!
Oh wait, do that again, Liam.
No, I'm not your fucking monkey.
Oh, okay. Stop smoking though.
No, because I'm not your fucking monkey.
Oh, way to play the system.
Yeah.
But cunt was
hate you.
harder for you to like get.
Yeah, just because I think that one has like more of a consonant sound.
That one went like broke your suspension of disbelief.
Well, no, the Slinky Dog did.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate that Slinky Dog.
What do you have
Why?
against Ernest Dog?
Is that his name?
No, it's Slinky Dog, but he's played by the guy who played Ernest in all the Ernest movies.
Billy Bob Thornton?
No.
No, I'm thinking of Sling Blade. Sorry, I really like Sling Blade.
What the fuck goes up on in your head?
Not smoking.
You're gonna have to like.
You're gonna.
What?
That joke's getting old.
Joke? I seem to have a cough, Liam.
So. Okay, so. Feral Child. Liam is in the camp of it's a horrible monster. Zach, where do you stand on this? How human is someone? Basically, it's asking if somebody grew up away from society and culture, how human would they be?
Where in the world is this feral child?
I don't know. The woods.
The woods?
The woods.
What woods? Like American woods?
Sure.
Well, then, like, I feel like it's not going to be that weird. Just like no communication skill. Like, are we talking a 5-year-old who's a feral child, or like a?
We're talking a woman is in the woods, pops out a baby, and then walks away.
And that baby somehow survives, maybe raised by wolves, and then grows up to the point of, let's say, like 18 years old.
Oh wow.
And then they emerge from the woods, and they're just like, I never learned how to form language because I didn't have anyone to teach me that when I was a baby.
And that's all they can say.
But that was a thing. I did read about a certain feral child once, who that is an actual thing of like the first few years of childhood is very important for like forming like your ability to comprehend speech.
Yeah.
And all that. And if you don't have access to that, you can maybe learn words and everything, but you're essentially never going to be able to learn any kind of grammar or sentence structure like in any language if you miss out on that like one like
Joke's on
period.
you. I was raised by humans, and I still can't do that.
But like, so what do we constitute as like? This is kind of a big question, but what do we constitute as humanity? Is it someone who participates in culture, or is it just someone who has like the base like animal human needs and biology and everything? Because like,
Can they give input on something?
well, a dog could give input on something. A dog could like you put 2 bowls of food in front of it, it's going to choose which one it's going to want to
I guess
eat
you're
and
right.
everything. So I think that's kind of a flimsy kind of thing there.
I think the human part of it is if you're born human, and then the person part of it is if you're able to
Have a
communicate
communicate
with society.
Right.
and-
So this goes into that nature versus nurture kind of thing, which is another big topic. But it's sort of like that thing of where like you have fucking. I'm doing the thing where I hit the table again.
Yeah,
you
Stop.
can't hear it. It's fine.
Okay.
Just don't slap it like you were before.
Just don't fucking slap.
I feel sorry for the girl that wants to be spanked by you, Brooks.
Poor table.
That wasn't even like a good. That's not going to leave a handprint. That's going to leave a.
I didn't want to.
Can we not do this?
Can we not go to that topic?
That's going to leave a void where pleasure should be.
Jesus H. Christ.
Come on, Zach.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm doing my best here.
I know. I just want to give you an accurate representation of what you are not hitting properly.
I didn't want to actually hit the
That
table.
whole voice that you just did just made me like super uncomfortable.
What voice, Lee?
Oh my god. I feel like I'm listening to some late night like sex thing on the radio.
Welcome back to Zach's Sex Slaps. Up next,
where we play the sexiest tracks, only the ones that fucking slap.
Up next, we have Samuel Slither's Soft Slaps. And up next, I quit my job.
Man, they're really that is a competitive field.
It lasted a half a show.
Yeah, it's very demanding. Couldn't deal with the pressure. Fuck, what was I talking about? I was talking about nature versus nurture of you could theoretically just separate you could have a person in a vacuum and everything, and they're still a person, but they're not they're not going to be able to. They'd be closer to what a cave person was, or a pre-society human would act, because they're just completely there's human, and then there's the idea that we've created of a person who fits into whatever society they were born into.
Well, no, I mean,
and everything.
a deaf person, they can't, not everybody can speak sign language, so they have to communicate without.
But I feel that's not that. I think that's a completely.
But they're still
different
integrated
thing.
into
Yeah,
society.
a deaf person still grows up in society. They're just.
Well, I was just telling you what a person who can function with other humans.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think a feral boy could do that unless they have a very good comprehension. They can learn and they go, oh, you don't steal another person's food. Got it.
I mean, anyone who would if they reach a certain age before rejoining society, anyone's gonna need probably a lot of help just not integrating as much as they even could. But I still think that constitutes as a human being. They don't have any fewer rights just because they grew up in the woods and were raised by bears or whatever. So. That's my stance. I feel
as long as they don't infringe on anyone else's rights.
Infringe is the word.
Whatever.
In binge.
I mean, with Liam, it's infringe.
Got him. Hey, Liam, how are you enjoying the podcast today?
How's your podcasting experience? Would you like to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 being what?
10 being, hey,
and 1 being, yeah.
What the fuck? I'm gonna rate it. My heart hurts. Okay, I'm gonna start crying in about 10 minutes.
Well, just in luck for you, it's now time for us to go into the ad break. Okay, so before the ad break, this question, I'm gonna settle on. You're still a human, just not one who is a part of the society that was that has been constructed
careful,
by
Brooks.
us.
You might offend all the other non-human people.
All our feral listeners.
All our feral listeners.
I'm sorry.
As long as you apologize, I'm sure they'll understand.
Ooga booga, ooga ooga, ooga.
Well, okay. So the joking was fine until.
Why was that not fine? I made up my own language. They understand it.
It sounds
it's a feral human language.
It sounds like that tiki mask from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't make it up, did you?
No.
That's why I
It
said
was subconscious.
That's why the joke wasn't fine, not because it was offensive, but because it was plagiarized.
Because you
God damn
fucked
it.
up Ooga Booga.
Right.
It's
The people-
natural.
Let's go to the ad break.
the
so
people
I can
you
cry for a
offended
minute.
were the creators of Crash Bandicoot.
That's the ad break cut. Hey, Liam. If I took up all this linoleum, underneath of this carpet, how much, how would I get, something good here? Should I just call a carpenter or something, or?
You could call a contractor.
Well, what could they do?
Take out the flooring and put more flooring in.
Oh. I mean, that sounds all right, but what if I want more than that?
Then call a contractor.
Oh, just a contractor? Do you know any contractors?
I do. My father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You mean somebody like K.A. Wallace?
Zach, stop reading that ad right now. Give me that ad. Give me that. Whoa, you see this? Someone has pulled our funding from the ad space.
What?
Yes, we are no longer sponsored. Fuck that. We are no longer sponsored because somebody stopped donating to our
Oh,
Patreon.
man.
Yeah, so we don't need no fucking contractors up in here.
I would still actually like a contractor to
Well,
fix this floor.
Zach, wait until after the show to say how you actually need
sure.
a contractor.
Yeah, no.
We're trying to smash capitalism right now.
Oh, right.
Just do this one thing for me.
I'm sorry, Brooks.
Okay.
Stop whispering.
Okay. But Brooks, I admire how funny that bit was, but all of my notes for the hypothetical was on that paper.
I'll go get it.
I'll get it. Hold on, because I don't want you...
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
You'll get it.
Got him.
It's rapid season.
Don't read it.
I'm not
Don't you read my right.
I was uncrumpling it.
Don't you crumple my umples.
I was uncrumpling the dumples.
We're a podcast that...
But anyway.
Barely.
Yes, we did in fact lose funding from our sponsor. So
If anybody else wants to sponsor us...
just email us fbdpod@gmail.com. If you have anything you want to sponsor, just give us some money. We need to eat. And anyway.
Can I sponsor us?
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
I bought sound foam. There we go. Sponsored. Right?
No.
Oh, I bought a house. Sponsored.
We could get Softboy69 to sponsor us because he's the only other patron we have.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Who is Softboy69?
Well, it's Bradley.
Oh, no.
So theoretically, okay. So where we normally would do the ad, we will now discuss the possibility of Bradley having control over us by giving us money and thus can decide what we have to talk about during the ads.
I don't know if
forward.
I like that.
I think he would say, that sounds like a waste of money. And then he would leave and we'd go, no, you got to play along with the bit. And he'd go, no. Okay.
So you're implying that Bradley would not play along with a bit.
Did he create the bit?
He did.
Then yes, he would play along with it.
Yes.
If he did not create the bit...
I mean, it was his decision to donate to us under that name, and he, unlike some people, he did not cancel their donation.
Hey, man, I had no idea, all right?
I mean, I specifically didn't bring it up so that I could do that bit.
I think that's pretty funny.
That
I'm
is
proud
pretty
of
funny.
you, Brooks. You know timing better than anybody.
Yeah, it's because I get the emails.
Do you know what the difference between a good joke and a bad joke is? Timing.
I think that's a good note to close out this ad.
Okay.
We will now be going to our hypothetical scenario. In the second half of the show. Those who have listened before, you know that in the first half we ponder the big questions, whereas in the second half we are presented with what ifs, different scenarios in which we must navigate through to the best of our abilities. Usually Zach is the one in charge of that, and then it is up to the rest of us to play out this scenario. So, Liam, are you ready?
I am ready as the day I was born.
Brooks, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, gentlemen. With this, I need you to think of two things each. I need each of you to think of one. I'm going to call it a buff because I don't know the right real world term for it. But, lifting weights a lot makes you swole, gets you strong. Like something like that. Like good eyesight, great hearing. Just something that is better than normal. Like, oh, you take aspirin, you don't have a headache. That's a good buff.
Okay, so is it an action you have to take in order to trigger it, or is it just
It's
the buff?
it's just the buff.
Okay.
And then I need you to think of a negative effect, itchy, watery eyes, sneezing, coughing, bowel movements that are undesired, etc., etc. I need you to think of a good and a bad.
Okay, do we have a few seconds to think of
Yeah,
that?
I already got it. Okay, you got it.
I have the first one. I need to think of the negative one.
You got to think of a bad.
Okay, I've got it. Liam, you go first.
I want you to give me just your good, and then your good, and then bad, and then bad.
All right. Lightning hands.
Lightning hands. Let me write that down. All right, Brooks, and what is yours?
at will, your head can shrink down to the size of a Lego stud. So like if someone was
that's the good thing.
yeah, because if someone tried to shoot you, then you could just shrink your head, and the bullet would pass right over.
Okay, and now I need your negative, Liam.
I get really itchy when it happens, and I can't scratch myself because I'll shock myself.
Super itch. And Brooks?
Every time you decide to willingly shrink your head, someone in Cincinnati is murdered.
Can you? Okay. Well, hold on.
It's like a real moral dilemma. Like
I'm going to spell Cincinnati with an S. Okay. Well, just to not have you guys make up a name for it, you guys have created a new revolutionary product called the pill. And upon taking this pill,
The pill's been made.
yeah, it's been.
well, this is the new pill. There was the first pill, and then there was Dr. Dre's pill, and then there's now our pill.
Oh, okay.
Should we call it the flask?
I like that.
Okay, the flask.
Okay.
All right, and what you do is you take this flask, you like rub a I don't know how what's the way to consume this flask, the flask trademark.
I think it's a flask full of pills.
It's a flask of pills, and it's just one pill you have to take, or do you have to like take a few of them, or
You have to take one every time you want to do whatever it is.
If you take one pill, my effects happen. If you take two pills, his effects happen.
what if you take more than 2 pills?
you explode
That is it.
violently.
Is it like an every 6 hours kind of thing?
I would just like to say that
Once every 24.
The FDA is a criminal organization. Do not believe their lies. Do not believe the tests were forged. Our product is above board in pretty much every single possible way, except for being approved by the FDA.
Okay, so now that you guys know that you are selling the flask, I want you in a Steve Jobs-esque kind of presentation to an audience.
Oh, God.
Tell them why they need to purchase the flask and
Okay, yeah, no.
the pros, the cons, and the results. I just go over the pros, the cons, and the results of this little.
Here, Liam, how about we do this in stages of like first you take the stage. You have like your Steve Jobs-esque kind of presentation, and you talk about your effects and everything, and then afterwards I then take the stage and talk about my effects.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. The floor is yours, Liam.
Do you want to have lightning hands?
And-
I do.
And then people like in the audience like, what, lightning hands?
Lightning hands.
Wait, hang on. Let's roll this back a little. So we set up the situation. Zach, why don't you be the person who sort of like intros Liam, and then we'll do like the applause.
Is this more of like an I have to get up and speak, or are you going to be questioning me?
It is. You're going to be giving like a presentation. I will stop you and ask questions throughout it, though.
Excellent.
But I want you to imagine that you are saying it in front of a huge audience, but then I'll be hitting the pause on your presentation, and then we'll talk about it, and then you can go back to your because that's my pill. It just stops time momentarily, and to ask very specific flask-related questions.
What's the negative?
The negative is I can't poop for 3 days.
All right, fair.
Okay, Liam.
So like intro him on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with a new revolutionary product known as the Flask, Liam Wallace.
And then there's the.
And then there's a couple people who are like kind of clapping because like, what's the Flask?
And then there's one dude who's like,
yeah. All right, thank you.
What are you wearing? Let me just
A suit,
full suit,
full suit,
like tuxedo suit, or...
tuxedo, like I'm James Bond into this shit.
Okay, continue.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this presentation about the Flask. The Flask is a revolutionary product. The Flask comes with a flask and 30 pills for a month's supply.
What do you have, like a PowerPoint slide behind you, or what visual cues do you have, or is it just you and a spotlight speaking in front of people?
It's me in a spotlight speaking because I am the most important thing happening right now.
Okay, go ahead.
If you take one of these pills every 24 hours, your hands will be engulfed with lightning. Do not touch others.
Yeah, I was like, dude, does it constantly persist, or can you turn on the lightning and turn it off?
You can turn it on and off. It's through willpower, and you won't get shocked from electrical work.
Now, if a person does not have strong willpower, is it just gonna seep out?
If you don't have strong willpower, the lightning hands will just kind of do what they want, so you have to know that your heart is all in it.
What if the woman, let's say a woman's taking it is pregnant, and she
Don't. Oh my God, do not.
Okay, so there's like a warning label: do not take
Do
this.
not take this while pregnant.
Pregnant, heart problems. and
Yeah.
Pacemaker.
Pacemaker.
Your hands will not be the hands that become lightning.
Your hands will not be the hands that are a gift from God, but a gift from the devil.
You become charged, but only comes out of your hands.
Okay. So if I walk like through a construction zone, am I like magnetically charged and like
No.
it's like
No, you're just charged. And you can help them. You can like zap stuff and make it work.
okay. Can I zap something enough to like weld it to something like, or is it like a brief zap attack and then it stops?
It's like a brief zap attack. It's like BioShock.
Okay.
It's like the BioShock zappy zap hands.
Okay. So don't go swimming is what you're saying.
Don't go swimming. You'll shock yourself because you are charged.
Okay, you've mentioned that.
You'll shock everyone in the pool and kill them.
Okay, what is the selling point of this?
The selling point? Well, why the fuck not? Like, that's pretty cool.
Okay, and then the one guy's like, "Fuck yeah! I want to shock people."
Don't shock people. We are against shocking people. But you can.
Oh.
This product is not to be used against... Well, it can be used for self-defense, but we don't recommend...
Are you going to try one on stage just to demonstrate it?
Of course.
Okay.
That was some shit, right?
Now, I'm wondering, are you also experiencing the side effects?
There is side effects.
Yeah.
The main side effect is that your whole body becomes super itchy, but you can't scratch yourself because then you'll shock yourself. You'll complete the circuit, and then you'll become this big charged thing.
Okay, so you're saying that the person for the next 24 hours will have electrical hands, but if they touch themselves at all, they will complete the circuit, short-circuit themselves, or blow the fuse that is their body, and will they die?
No, but it'll be extremely painful.
Okay, can you break the circuit, or is it just, it's consistent?
You can. You can put your hand off, take your hand off of
Oh,
yourself,
okay.
but it's really hard.
Yeah.
And, like, you're sitting there being shocked. You're like, ah! And, like, so having your hand on there, you're not, like,
So
thinking about it.
if I cross my legs like this, is that going to shock me?
Are your hands touching you?
No.
No, you got to kind of walk around like a doctor before surgery.
Oh, okay. Just all the time, though?
Just all the time. Or just be sure that your hands don't touch yourself, or else you're just going to be like, oh, motherfucker!
Am I going to have to eat with plastic utensils instead of metal utensils?
Yes.
Oh. So this seems wildly inconvenient.
But self-defense.
That's true.
While his speech is going on and about like how someone from the audience asked if it was wildly inconvenient, it is at that point that people notice that a lot of smoke machines are going off in the back, and
Wait, is
some
it like
some blaring synths are coming in, and people are just looking around like, what? What's that? And then they all turn around and they see in the back of the sort of conference area or whatever, or there's an opposite, slightly larger stage that rises out of the back, and on it is standing me in my full, I have a black turtleneck on. And,
dressed like Steve Jobs.
I am dressed like Steve Jobs. And my stage rises above where Liam, like the height the Liam's achieved, and everyone turns around their seats, and he's like, "Hi, thank you for coming."
And then I zap him for being a dick.
And then and
And then he shrinks his head, and
I shrink my head, and it passes right over, and then my head goes back. I'm like, wasn't that fucking crazy? Hi, my name is Brooks Vernon. I'm presenting my product, the Better Flask.
Trademark.
TM. This flask offers that ability you just saw, where you can shrink your head down to the size of a Lego stud by consuming just a single pill of this Better Flask. And once you consume that pill, then you can do it just at will for like 24 hours. It's fine. It's fine. It's like you can dodge pretty much anything that's coming at your head and not your body. It's great at parties as well, and it is very cheap. You will get 500 pills in one flask for $2. Fuck it, you know.
Now, this isn't something you have to say in your presentation, but how are you affording all of these pills to be made?
I like to think that I am completely transparent.
Okay.
And
You just want all.
I will say,
Cincinnati
I will say, how I'm managing to pay for it. We have the benefits of, we do not believe in unions or rights, worker or human or anything really.
Okay.
So we employ people as slave labor to work in our factories and construct, to harvest the rare mountain lilies of Appalachia. People climb the Appalachian peaks and fetch the rare mountain lilies, and we grow them in our own facilities. We don't pay people. We don't do any of that kind of stuff. They kind of have to fend for themselves. We don't provide health care or anything. And it was just announced this year that we will become the first $1 trillion company in the history of man.
Is that a truth or lie?
That is a truth. Whether it's my truth or maybe the truth of a different company, who's to say? But anyway, so that is how we managed to get this product out to you, the people who are the ones who stand to benefit the most from it, by being able to shrink your heads to the size of a Lego stud at will.
What's the downside?
Do we have anyone from Cincinnati in here?
You see like a group in the back, like two of them raise their hands.
Fuck you. But no, seriously, I'm sure you're fine people. We didn't know it was going to be Cincinnati. It's just all of our tests seem to point to it. Every single time that you willingly decide to shrink your head to the size of a Lego stud, somebody in Cincinnati is murdered. Not that somebody in Cincinnati dies. They don't die of natural causes. They are murdered. We do not know if it is some kind of time distortion or reality bending kind of effect, but without fail, every single time that someone willingly shrinks their head down to the size of a Lego stud, somebody in Cincinnati is murdered horribly, brutally, without mercy, without consideration for any sort of family or God or status. It claims the poor and the rich, the sinners and the saints with equal measure. It truly does not care for the small, insignificant lives of human beings in Cincinnati specifically.
What made you think of this bad side effect?
That is a great question. I'm sorry to say that I do not know why this happens. I was thinking that at most the worst effect would be complete internal organ failure. Like I was kind of banking on that being the thing, not this strange cosmic kind of situation we have on our hands here. So I cannot say for sure if there's a God. I just know that if there is, I might have become him now by unleashing this wrath upon the world, specifically the part of the world where Cincinnati is located.
Now I have a question.
Yes, my former business partner, who is on a worse stage than I am.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I Zuckerberg the shit out of you. I don't care. Fuck you.
He's transparent.
I am transparent.
And then everybody claps for that.
I intentionally Zuckerberged you because I hate you. I hate your fucking guts.
People keep cheering. They just love
Yes, they love me. They love me because I'm an influencer.
I unleash my lightning hands as the wrath of God and just start zapping people. I was gonna say something
In the
but now I'm
audience?
mad. Yeah, now I'm mad. Now I'm just zapping people, and
and
I'm screaming, "Fear me!"
I grab my flasks, my better flasks, and I start throwing them in the crowd. He's like, "Quick! It's the only way to survive. Condemn Cincinnati to its fate, like the Sodom and Gomorrah of the modern age."
The only two people I kill are the two people from Cincinnati.
It's because he shrunk his head twice. Oh, can that be where we wrap it up, or is it?
We're at 52 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
that
So
was
we can
good.
we can do the plugs.
All right, good. That was beautiful. Fuck. But for real, why? Like, what in your Brooks head made you go, this is a good side effect. Somebody in Cincinnati dies.
Well, okay, so my train of thought was, okay, I need to think of like some kind of buff. Okay, I don't want to do like strength or like agility or anything like that. What would be useful? Dodging's pretty good. What if you could dodge by shrinking your head down to the size of a Lego stud? Okay, so now something bad has to happen. Somebody dies every time it happens. Cincinnati's a place. Okay.
All right.
Because it's kind of let's be honest, Cincinnati's kind of a funny name for a city. So
It's pretty good.
so but anyway, this has been Friends by Default. That's the show, guys. We appreciate any and all people who decide to listen to it, and just kind of anyone who decide to listen to it and just kind of hang out with us and have a good time, good fun time in this friendly environment that is the show Friends by Default.
Make sure you watch out for lightning hands.
Yes.
And don't live in Cincinnati.
Don't live in Cincinnati. If you happen to think of any philosophical questions you would like us to discuss, or any hypothetical scenarios like this last one that you think could be a fun series of talking points, feel free to email them to us, fpdpod@gmail.com. It's the best way to get in contact with us, and it's the most straightforward way to suggest something that could very well end up on the show. We also have a Twitter account where we post all the different episodes. And that's FBDpod it's at FBDpod is the Twitter handle. And the main place where you will be able to find the show is going to be on iTunes or any podcasting app that you may have. And on iTunes specifically, the best way that you can support us is to subscribe on iTunes and to leave a rating and a review of the show. That helps us out a ton. Helps us get on the charts and helps us, really get the show out there, because we have no advertising budget of any kind. In fact, some could say we have even less of an advertising budget than we had when this week started. But the best way to get our local small time show that we love doing out to different ears is going to be to recommend it to friends. If you listen to the show and you really like it and you think someone who would also like it, don't be afraid to just tell them to check it out.
Never be afraid.
Never be afraid.
The more you talk, Brooks, the more I'm noticing that one panel that I
Yep.
put up, it's slowly sliding down.
Okay, then I'll try to go
Don't worry,
faster.
you can keep talking. I'm just gonna walk over and fix that.
Okay, and then the other place where you can find us is going to be on YouTube. This show is a part of a I don't want to say podcasting network, because that implies actual paperwork and official stuff. So I just kind of say the podcasting umbrella that is 100 Years Productions. And on the YouTube channel, you can find all of these episodes. Libsyn, thankfully, automatically puts a YouTube video version of the episodes when they get published. You can also find the first episodes of Liam and Connor. No, that's Josh and Connor's You'll Like 'Em podcast, which is a music podcast that our friends do. The place where you can find that is also iTunes. You can check them out. The first episode of Liam and Zach's show, Noise Choice Boys, which is another comedy show that is on the YouTube channel. You can check that out. And the backlog of the episodes of our old show, Brooks and Zach 100 Years, is going to be on there. I still need to put up the last 13 or 14 of the episodes, but those will be up eventually, and you can check those out. We have a few other videos on the YouTube channel, and so a lot of great content. If you enjoy this show, you'll probably like that as well. It's it involves all of us. And then lastly, in terms of the show itself, we've mentioned it earlier, but we'll mention it again. The Patreon for 100 Years Productions. It is a Patreon page for 100 Years Productions as a whole, so it goes to all of the shows, and any support that could be given would be greatly appreciated. We don't really ask that much of you guys. We're never gonna force anyone to pay for these episodes. We're always gonna have these episodes be free, but any amount of money that you can donate helps with paying the hosting fees and helping us get new equipment, get more sound foam that Zach can put on the walls of our new recording studio, and allow us to buy better tape so it sticks better. So those are the main plugs for the show. Again, my name is Brooks Vernon. The best place you can find me is on Twitter. That's where I'm most active in terms of social media stuff. My Twitter handle is @SqueezeMcCheesy. Zach, where can people find you?
At Brave Snuggles on Twitter, or Pride Point on Snapchat.
Liam, where can people find you?
You can find me on pretty much any of the social medias. Just look up Lamb the Liam, and you'll get me. I also have a YouTube channel. If you search Liam Wallace, you'll be able to listen to some of my spoken words, which I am really proud of. And I would like for you all to lend an ear.
Hey, Brooks.
Hey, Zach.
Do you think?
Are you going to shit on me again?
That was the end of my sentence.
So, bye.
No, they can stay. They don't have to leave yet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
All right.